Okay. um, I'm making this movie because my puppy, I have a puppy, and my puppy just disappeared this morning. And it's just become really apparent to me that this is another warning that's been given to me. I've been giving other warnings to keep quiet about the things I know. And I'm just sitting here. That dog is the only thing I have in the whole world. I'm completely alone, except for him, and that's my whole family. But I feel like such a coward because a few months back I was in Las Vegas visiting someone who I think was a handler that was sent to deal with me. And I literally had a stranger come up to me in Las Vegas, start talking to me, and all of a sudden he was mentioning things that were so similar to you know, things that I'm interested in. And anyway, they were just too obscure of references for me not to kind of think something was up. Because he was mentioning, you know, subject matters that I'm really interested in, or things that really pertain to my life, and talking about the Illuminati, I said it, or talking about the Cabal, talking about satanic ritual abuse, and then he was talking about power and money and the elite, and then he mentioned Max Spears, who was originally the first videos I watched when I kind of discovered that there was a world of people that knew about all of this and what was going on, you know, in my life and my history. And it's funny because, you know, like I watched a lot more of like Simon Parks is like who and like David Wilcox, like that, but I think they mentioned Max Spears, or he mentioned Max Spears because that was like something that was a message to me, because Max Spears actually got killed for talking about pedophilia and talking about the things that he had witnessed and the things he had experienced. They killed him. And this man proceeded to tell me that I needed to be quiet and I needed to keep my mouth shut and I needed to not be a witness to any of the things that I knew, because if I was a witness, then it would be very dangerous for me, and it could cause me problems. I could get hurt, or I could have legal problems, or people I loved could get hurt. And I was warned to not be a witness and to keep my mouth shut and just go on about my life. And at first I didn't really realize that this was an actual warning from people. I thought that it was just, you know, a coincidence that this guy was giving me this advice. But, he went on for like 45 minutes, because I kept telling him, look, I have a karmic responsibility. I have a responsibility because I know that these things have happened, and I've seen it with my own eyes, and I don't know how much because of what I don't remember or do remember. Like, I don't know what I participated in. I don't know. Like, there was a lot of rituals and things that went on that I don't even know what I did or didn't do. So, I feel a karmic responsibility, but I have to do something to help anybody who is still there, who's still stuck there, anyone who's still suffering or a victim of the people that, at least that I knew, the group that I knew or whatever. But any of those people, any of the Cabal, any of these monsters that are doing these things, that I had a responsibility to do something about it. And he kept telling me, no, 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 no. And after a while, it clicked in. I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually a warning. This person was sent to tell me to shut up. And then he gave me a water bottle that was like half full, and I thought that was kind of odd. And I almost took a sip of it, but then something just inside me just told me don't do it. And I took it, and I said I had to go to the restroom, and I went to the bathroom, and I dumped it out, and I filled it up with regular water, the same amount. And I came back out, and you know, I watched this guy watch me. Like, I know that he was trying to drug me. Like, anyway, I got away from him, and I was pretty spooked by that encounter. But then I just have had a lot of things happen over the last like while, that because I think that that's going to be happening to anyone who's out there, who is a witness, who has seen what these people have done, anybody who has been a witness to any of the crimes that these people have committed as they are indicted, or, you know, as these indictments are coming out, and as people are, you know, terrified that they're going to be found out, terrified that they're going to be indicted. Any witness is being just inundated with, you know, psychic attacks and emotional attacks, physical attacks of them and the people they care about, to anything that people can do, getting, you know, suicide programs being activated, people just having nonstop, I don't even know how to explain what they are, psychic attacks, remote, I don't want to say remote viewing, but like remote accessing of people. I don't know what you call it. It's like a remote viewer, but who has the ability to remotely affect you. And I frequently get them. Anyway, and I've had, you know, handler type people who came into my life, and they seemed like they were these magical people that were going to change my life. It was so wonderful. And it turns out that they were just sent, you know, by these same people. This happened to me before, but anyway, when the guy warned me, I contacted Simon Parks. He's a good friend, you know, like, to me. I mean, I don't think I'm like his good friend, but he's been such a good friend to me. And I asked him to, like, look at this picture of the person that I was concerned about, and he did, and he told me, you know, no, do not. And, you know, he's very, very intuitive about those things, and he told me, you know, to stay away from that person. And I was just stupid. I didn't. I mean, I did for a while, but then I didn't. And he said that it had a lot more to do with this eclipse that was happening. I was supposed to meet that person. I had a meeting set up with them, and it fell right on the eclipse of the wolf blood moon or whatever. It was just really creepy. weird, like, sexual things this person wanted me to do that involved, like, blood, weird stuff. Anyway, and, I mean, they had freaked me out enough that I had tried to find out if this person's intentions were good or not. But I'm so stupid, and I loved this person so much, and so I got suckered back in, and I had made a date to see them again, and then I found out, like, a couple days ago that date was dead set on an eclipse again. And that's what he had told me. He told me it was like, it was the eclipse, like there's some sort of something these people are trying to do. As soon as I hear myself, and I'm just like, am I insane? What am I saying? But I just knew in my gut when I heard that it isn't real. It's somebody who was sent to do some crazy ritual on me, to stop me somehow from existing, from living, from erasing anything I remember, so I can't be a danger to these people who very likely the people that I knew and I dealt with will be indicted. Very likely. So, to those people, I have a message for you. And this is my message. I will not keep quiet. I won't. I will be a witness. And anyone who wants to come ask me about it, especially the authorities, or Trump, or his team, or any law enforcement person who's not involved with you, of course. Any reporter, or any other victim, or anyone who needs help, would like to ask me questions, I will gladly answer them. Anyone. I won't do it on this video. I won't name names on this video or anything to protect people I care about. But anyone who wants to come to me and personally ask me anything, I will tell you what I saw, and I will tell you what I know. Which I don't think is very much compared to what I actually saw. I think my memory is very small. And I think that's why they're so afraid of me, is because there's so much I don't remember. But memories come back to me all the time. My programming breaks down all the time. But take your warning for me to go on about my life and to not be a witness. Shove it up your ass. Like, I don't have one bit of desire to keep quiet. I don't have one bit of desire to go on living one more moment where I don't stand up and do what's right. And so that's what I've decided to do. I don't want to live in a society where YouTube is deciding what news is, or YouTube is censoring me, or Facebook is censoring me. I don't live in a communist country. We used to have a thing called the Constitution, and it was a sacred, incredible thing that we had in this country. And it was destroyed by a satanic cult of lunatics, of psychopaths. But you know what, you guys? We are 99% of the people. And if I stand up and say what I know, and every person stands up and says the little bit they know, and we all stand up against them, even if you don't know anything for sure, even if you just heard something, even if you just want to stand up, even if your rights are just being taken away, by censoring or whatever, Let's all stand up together. It's 1% of the population. There's not very many of them. And if we stand up together, something can be done. And it's just the right thing to do. I cannot go on one more minute being a coward or being afraid. So, if that means that costs me my life, or my dog's life, or anything that it costs me, because there are places where there are cages from the floor to the ceiling of babies that are being slaughtered for the glands in their heads, and so that people can eat their flesh and get demonic power to sing better, or to make more money, or just because it feels good, or because they get off on it, or that. I can't really think of anything more worth dying for to stop that, even if I save one baby. Even if I don't save a baby, even if what I say inspires someone else who saves a baby, who stands up and decides to fight, it's worth my life. So, screw you. Cabal, screw you, and your stupid warning, and your stupid 6 years of bullshit and torture. I don't care anymore. I really don't care. What I care about is getting my country back, and getting my rights and the rights of all of my fellow citizens back, so that the people I really love and that I want to see have a good future have one. And I'm so proud of anyone who I've seen recently who's done a video, and I sat there and felt like such a chicken because I hadn't done one yet, and I knew I should. So, if there's any way that I can be a witness, the information I have involves people. Anyway. Connected to politics, the art world, Pizzagate. There are people that people might want to hear about, so I'll put my contact information in the description box of this video. So contact me if anyone needs any information that I have.